Look at this. Look at these images. What you are looking at is known as a liminal space. A place that is before now and then. A transition. Also something that is completely dumb. Hello, welcome back to another video. And today, we're going to be talking about liminal spaces. As you can see, I drew this stunning masterpiece of an artwork. And we're going to be talking about liminal spaces because, fuck's sake, giggle. So let's just get to the point. As you heard from the intro, me personally, I don't like liminal spaces. I prefer the music in the liminal spaces videos rather than the actual liminal spaces themselves. I don't know, it just seems dumb. I'm not saying that it does take talent to make these, because it does. It's a long process. It requires a lot of editing and a lot of patience to find the right location and take it in. But when it comes down to it, I just don't see it as something cool. Again, I prefer the actual music. Something about the music can actually give me more of a feeling than the spaces themselves, which is kind of saying something. I think I can speak for anyone who is into liminal spaces that the backrooms kind of killed them. Because, let's be honest, no one really likes the backrooms anymore. It was kind of a meme thing. And if you still like the backrooms, well then you're liking a secondhand SCP, bro. Like, honestly, come on. SCP is way better than the backroom, and I'll argue with that any day of the week. As a better fandom, more interesting stuff. And all in all, its community isn't as cringe. Like, let's be honest, most of the backrooms is filled with a bunch of 6th graders who are really cringe. But then again, I can't say anything different about the SCP, so I guess they're both kind of tied when it comes to cringe. But anyways, this isn't about SCP. That might be for a later video. I'm not sure. Stick around, find out. But right now, we're going to be talking about liminal spaces. So, from what I know, liminal spaces started with the backrooms. The first time I've seen a liminal space was when my sister was watching a video on places you've seen in your dreams before. And this is kind of, if it wasn't the backrooms, then this is kind of how it started, where people would be like, oh, you've seen this place in your dreams. And it would typically it would follow this format. It'd be some, like, theme park, Chuck E. Cheese type location, or park, nighttime, typically, with very dim lighting. And supposedly, people would feel like they've seen it before. I mean, personally, I've never had this feeling. There's only been a select times I've had this feeling, and all in all, it's just kind of weird. I really don't like it, though. I don't care enough for it because, again, it's just not something I'm interested in. Even then, you could probably feel like you visited any place in your dream, bro. You've probably visited the White House in your dream at one time. You've been in Area 51 in your dream at one time. You've probably been in the closet one time playing Find the Pickle with your uncle in your nightmares sometimes. But we don't talk about that on liminal spaces, do we? Now, again, I feel like the backrooms kind of ruined the whole liminal spaces things. And if it did create it, well then, it created something just to destroy it because God is the backrooms cringe. Okay, so let's just start with the first problem with the backrooms, because it ties in majorly with liminal spaces. The entities. Listen, the backrooms in itself was a good concept, okay? I'm not saying it wasn't. Having liminal spaces and making it a no-clip into reality. It was very mysterious. The fact that it was liminal spaces also helped tie it into this mystery. But, once you add in the entities, then it just doesn't feel the same. When you have the original backrooms, which is just a liminal space, an infinite void of nothing, you're just left there to roam, and if you don't escape, just to perish and die there. That's more creepy, because it only leaves the matter of time. When it comes to the entities, if you really wanted to die, you could just kill yourself by getting killed by a fucking skin stealer, I think that's what they're called. That names are fucking weird, too. It kind of has the same problem with SCP, too. I feel like SCP has been going really downhill, because now we don't really have any serious things, we just have a bunch of memes. I'm not even joking. There's a whole type of SCP where it's just a joke. It's called SCP insert number J. So, like, it'd be SCP-049J, where it's just a troll of the SCP that it's based off of. Anyways, so I feel like the backrooms is so much of a meme at this point. It's kind of making liminal spaces a meme, which is pretty sad because even though I don't like liminal spaces, I feel like it's something that is underappreciated. It takes a lot of time to make these photos, as I said before, and it definitely is a long and tedious process to make these that a lot of people really don't see. There's a subreddit about liminal spaces, and honestly, I haven't checked it out, but I've seen some of the images that have been on there, and it seems pretty cool. So I might actually look at that, and maybe I might do a revisit of liminal spaces. But until then, this is going to be my final opinion. Also, I just want to say, what the hell happened to the backrooms? I remember when the backrooms was first being a product. It was just this one office, yellow building with very dim lighting. And honestly, it was kind of cool, actually. It was a very mysterious photo. There was only one photo of it, which kind of tied into its mystery. Because now you can only wonder and ponder yourself on what exists out there. Which is why I feel like the backrooms did right. Like I said, the entities kind of ruin it because now it just becomes more of a, oh, when you're walking, make sure you don't come across this or this or this. You know, it just doesn't feel the same, rather than you're going to walk into an infinite void that you might die in. So, I don't know, you tell me which one's creepier. Being chased by a creature or just being left to perish in this one infinite void that never ceases to end. Anyways, one thing I did say about liminal spaces. The word liminal means transition. It means a transitioning. So, like, what was then and what's now. So, like, a transitioning. So, if you look at this drawing I made, you'll notice that there's a gray building with black windows. This drawing is actually based off an actual liminal space that's used in the backrooms commonly. I think it's floor 1 or floor 2. Now, something about this, you might think, well, if this is about transitioning, then why is it a hotel? Well, think about it, like this one YouTuber said. When you're in a hotel, it really means you're on a road trip. Now, I think liminal spaces will never have an accurate definition. That no one will truly ever know what a liminal space is, because it solely depends on the viewer. Some person might look at a liminal space and think it's interesting. Someone else might look at it and find it unnerving. Someone else might feel nostalgic. It changes from person to person. Because of this, we cannot make a solid pinpoint explanation on what it looks like. We know when we see a liminal space, but we'll never know how we feel like when we see a liminal space, because no one really truly knows. There's not a solid pinpoint on that. That being said, I feel like the only real definition for liminal space we can actually put together is just based on the word liminal itself, and just kind of roll with there with transitioning. So, we know this. So, one last thing. Okay, one last thing. You know, I want to get off. How long has this been? Yeah, I mean, like, good 7 minutes. Not bad, not bad. I just want to say this, right? One, the back rooms. Again, I'm sorry I'm talking about the back rooms so much, but seriously, what the hell happened to the back rooms? It used to be this post on 4chan, and now it's just the icon for memes, bro. I swear, it makes no sense. We got Shrek in the backrooms. No joke, that's an actual Roblox game. And I've seen some of the actual backrooms games and some of the actual things for the backrooms community, and it's generally impressive how people are taking one photo from a 4chan forum and evolving it into this massive collaborative wiki, I guess it is. I guess it is kind of a collaborative wiki because, yeah, collaborative wiki we'll call it. Massive one collaborative wiki, kind of like how SCP was, because SCP is also a collaborative wiki, which I might talk about them in the next video, who knows. But I do want to just say this because I feel like it deserves to be talked about. The liminal spaces, while I personally don't like them, I feel like they're underappreciated. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. Honestly, I just hope you guys enjoyed it. I did spend a decent amount of time making this little doodle right here, so I mean, like, you know, like, let me know if you like it or not, and I'll keep on trying to make things like that one. But yeah, that's all I had to say. So for that, have a good day, and make sure to like and subscribe, or else I'll shove an ear of corn up your ass.